Hello, welcome back. I'm so glad that you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today I am going to make some creamy, cheesy scalloped potatoes. I hope you brought your appetite and you're ready for this. But before I get started, I must ask that you please go down, look below, you see that red button that says subscribe. Please click that red button so that you can subscribe to me. That way it helps me to continue to bring more videos to you. So let's get started here with our scalloped potatoes. The first thing I'm going to do is start to peel these potatoes, and I'm going to go step by step of everything that I'm going to do so that you'll see exactly what I'm going to do. So I have here 4 large potatoes, and you know, it depends on how much you're going to make, but 4 potatoes is going to be good for me. So let me start peeling these potatoes, and then I'll show you what next I'll do after this. So, oh, I don't want to use that to peel, that'll take forever. So let me just use this. And when you're doing scalloped potatoes, you can get some large potatoes. It's always better, because when you slice your potato, you need those big slices. So the large potatoes are good. I just finished peeling my potatoes and I washed my potatoes. So now what I'm going to do is slice my potatoes. And I want to slice your potatoes as thin as you can get them. Just try not to cut your fingers. I don't know, maybe this is better. See how thin it is? That's about the size that you want. And this is how you're going to cut the potatoes, guys. So this is how this piece is a little thick and it's going to be hard to bother with that piece. So this is about the size that you want to cut your potato, okay? And then what you do is, as you cut your potato, you put your potatoes in this bowl of water. And the reason for the water is to stop the potatoes from going brown. If you just left the potatoes like that, they're going to go brown. So we're going to put them in a bowl of water, and you see those 4 potatoes give me a lot of slices. So just leave it in the water and just set this aside. I'm not going to cook this. We're not cooking the potatoes, because the potatoes are going to cook in the oven, and they're thin enough that they will cook within no time. So you don't have to worry about cooking them in advance. So let's put this aside, and next I'm going to make a roux to go with our potatoes. So come with me over here to the pan, and I'll show you how to make my roux for my potatoes. Now I have my pan here to start my roux, and in here I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of butter. No, those 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to let that butter melt for a minute. And when it's melted, I'm going to add some onion and garlic to that. Okay, so to my melted butter, I'm going to add some garlic I have here. This is like half of a pod of garlic that I just sliced up. And we put that in there. And in here this is a small onion, actually like a medium-sized onion. You put in there. And I'm just going to let this stay here for a minute. I'm going to give this a minute for the onions and the garlic to change colors for a little bit. Everything come together and that the flavors just come out. So let's just leave that there for a minute. While my onion and garlic is sauteing, let me show you the next step. I have here 2 packs of cheese. This is extra sharp cheddar cheese. I prefer to use this. It has a lot of flavor, and I feel when I use this, I do not have to use 2 and 3 and 4 cheeses. I think this is just enough for me. So I'm gonna grate both of this. This one I'm gonna put in my roux, and this one I'm gonna use kind of like a topping, and in between I'll put a little bit of this cheese in it because it's supposed to be cheesy, creamy scalloped potatoes. Okay, so let's get started. I could smell the onions over there sauteing. They smell so good. But I like to grate my own cheese. To me, I think this cheese tastes better than cheese in a package. So I prefer to do this. It has more flavor to me, and I think once you use this cheese, that's enough. But of course, you use whatever kind of cheese you want. Everybody have their own favorite brand of cheese that they like, so you use whatever. But this is for our scalloped potatoes. So let's go over there and finish up our onions, our roux. Now our onion has sauteed, so the next step is I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. Yippee. 2 tablespoons of flour, and you're gonna stir that very good. Mix all that flour in there. Onion smells so good. Some people don't like onion. How could you not like onion? Okay, so you mix all your flour in. Once your flour is in, then you're gonna add your milk. So I'm gonna add 2 cans of milk. I like to use evaporated milk. That's my choice of milk. So I'm gonna add 2 cans to that. That's 1, and stir it. I'm gonna add my second milk. Evaporated milk is good, but you can use whole milk or whatever you prefer. Yes. So you're gonna bring this to a boil. But before this gets to a boil, I'm gonna add some other stuff to that to make it taste yummy. To make it taste yummy. So to our roux, I am going to add a little bit of seasoned salt. This is just like complete all-purpose seasoning. I just like to add a little bit, just to flavor it a little bit. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that to it. If it ever comes out, I always open it in the wrong hole. Okay, let me just see. There we go. Just sprinkle a little bit, guys. A little bit of black pepper in my roux. A little bit of salt in my roux. I like to sing and cook, guys. A little bit of salt, not too much. The cheese has salt. And what do I like in here? My ketchup. This ketchup bottle is almost empty. Look at that. Get all of that out. I have another bottle, but I think that is good enough. Just get it all out of here. Yes. Voila. Good. All right. Carrying on, I have a little mustard. Put a little mustard in there. Yep, a little dollop. Whoop. That's it, guys. And me stir it. You see, it's starting to thicken up. And you stir that. Yes. Looks yummy in the tummy. Okay, so I'm gonna taste this a little bit. I just want to make sure you have enough salt in there, because we're not gonna really overpour it with salt because we know our cheese has salt. So let me get a spoon and taste it. Ew, it needs a little more salt. See, that's why you gotta taste your food, because then your finish is like, ooh, it's bland. Something is missing. I do not like my food bland, guys. I like flavor. So if you want flavor, you have to put the flavor in. Okay. I'll taste it again and see. I think that's good. Yep. You see, the ketchup gives it a good flavor. It also gives it like a little, almost a little sweet taste too. And you got your black pepper. Now I like Bajan hot sauce, but my daughter is here and I'm making dinner for her as well. And she's like, Mommy, please don't put hot sauce in. So I'm not gonna put it in just because of her. I'll just add a little bit on top of mine while I'm eating it. I'm gonna leave this for a few minutes so it can just come to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, I'll add my cheese inside of it. Okay, so our roux has come to a boil. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my cheese in there. And I'm gonna mix that up. Nice and cheesy. And I'm gonna stir this all in, and then this is it. That's all you gotta do. 1, 2, 3, see how easy that is? Now I'm gonna add this to my potatoes, but I'm just gonna make sure that it is blended up well, that the cheese go throughout the sauce, that everything is blended in here. And once you get it all blended in, just stir it in nicely. Then I will put it on my tea. Okay, so let's go to get our potatoes and I'll show you the next step. Now we're gonna assemble our potatoes. So I have my oil here. We're gonna grease our pan before we get started. The first thing we're gonna do is grease our pan. This is just some olive oil spray that I have. Greasy pan. Then we're gonna take our potatoes. And I have my potatoes in here because you need to drain your potatoes, get all the water out of them. So what I'm gonna do now is layer. I'm gonna give a nice little layer here. Yes, yes, yes. Just gonna put a second layer right here. Yes, it's about good. And then I'm gonna take my sauce that has already thickened up and empty some of my sauce on top of that. Whoops. And you're gonna spread that out. So when I finish putting that layer on, just take a little bit of your cheese and kind of sprinkle all of it. You're not gonna use all of it, just sprinkle on a little bit of your cheese, because this is creamy, cheesy, scalloped potatoes. Okay, and now I'm gonna put a second layer of potatoes. So now I just put on my second layer of potatoes here. See, and you just nicely fix your potatoes on there. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna put the rest of our sauce. When you make this roux, you gotta use it right away, because if you sit it down for a few minutes, it gets thick. But that's okay, because when it gets in the oven, it will loosen up again. Make sure your oven is at 350 and you preheat your oven. When you finish putting your scalloped potatoes together, now we're gonna make a crust on the top, and by using a crust we're gonna put a little breadcrumbs on the top to make our crust. As I said, you can use any kind of breadcrumbs that you want. You use whatever you have in your pantry. So some little breadcrumbs on the top, and then we're going to take the remainder of our cheese, and then we're going to just sprinkle our cheese on the top, make it nice and cheesy. So you continue to put some cheese on the top, all that nice gooey cheese on the top. Oh, that's going to melt in there. And you just sprinkle it all over. Make sure it goes all over. Okay. So now I'm going to put some foil on that. And then I'll put this in the oven, and I'll check it in an hour or so and let you see. And guys, here is your scalloped potatoes. Look at that. Don't look wonderful. Look at this bubbling over there. Nice cheese. Oh, that looks so good. Cheesy scalloped potatoes. It's a little bit hot for me to dig into right now, but I'm gonna let it cool for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and show you exactly what it looks like on the inside. But this, guys, is how you make scalloped potatoes. You can serve this with any kind of meat you want to. You can eat it just like that. You can take a salad, eat a salad with that, or just put a piece of meat and eat it that way, however you want to eat it. But I'll be back in a few minutes when it's cool to show you what it looks like. So what we're gonna do is just sprinkle a little paprika on here, just in case you taking this, maybe you have company and you you know, you want to just decorate it. You just put a little bit, and then you get a little parsley, and just sprinkle a little parsley on top of it. Yeah, just to make it look pretty. Pretty. There we go. That's good enough. And this, guys, is your scalloped potatoes. Okay, so now our scalloped potatoes has cooled. I'm going to first, let's test it. As you see, the fork went right into it, so the potatoes are fully cooked. So now I'm going to plate some of it. Oh, it looks good. That looks yummy. Yummy. Oh, it's nice and creamy. Oops. So look at that, guys. Nice, creamy, cheesy scalloped potatoes. So I'm gonna taste a little bit of it. That's for you. It's nice and hot. Ooh, looks good. The cheese on top of it, the crust, you see the breadcrumbs and cheese on top, give it that nice golden crust. Oh, that is good. Now that from eating this, I could just eat this just by itself. I don't need no meat. I don't need no salad. I don't need nothing. This tastes really good. I could just chow down on this. The potatoes are cooked. Oh, I left it in for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then I took the foil paper off and I put it back on for another 15 minutes so that the cheese can brown. That's good. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you can make this for you and your family and everyone can enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, that red subscribe button below. Please don't forget to click that button. I hope your family enjoy this recipe and I hope you have fun making it just like I had fun making it. Until next time, bye bye.